in a landmark move that signals Burkina Faso's commitment to assert greater control over its natural resources. The Burkinabe government has successfully negotiated agreements with Lilium Mining and Endeavour Mining, ending a protracted dispute and securing the ownership of two of the country's most significant gold mines, Boungou and Wagnia. The agreements, signed on Monday, August 26, 2024, by the Minister of Economy and Finance.
A very good day to you. I hope you had yourself an amazing Wednesday. I learned the other day that you don't say good morning, you say good rising. So I'm gonna be using that from now henceforth. But anyway, I hope you had a good day. It is the 26th of August 2024, 1903 East African time, and this is the Black Hot Fire Radio, the Black Hot Fire Network, the media of the 21st century. And of course, this is Dimore with the updates, where I'm here to tell you about each and everything that was making headlines in Africa, the positive, the negatives, from all the corners of Africa, from the Central Africa, East Africa, Western, Southern, and of course, every other news that relates to the African people. So stay with me for the next 30 minutes as we look at each and everything that was making headlines. You can talk to me on all our social media platforms at the Black Hot Fire Network, the Black Hot Fire Radio, or on our website www.blackhotfirenetwork.com. We start with Burkina Faso, where Burkina Faso has taken over 2 gold mines in a bid. Remember, Burkina Faso has been building a gold refinery plant in perhaps one of the first moves that the Burkinabe president, the current Burkinabe president Adama Traore did. One of the first things that he did was come up with that gold refinery plant so that Burkina Faso can be able to export gold in a high value rather than export low value gold. So now the Burkina Faso president has been nationalizing natural resources in Burkina Faso. And when I say nationalizing, I mean, in Africa, most of the natural resources that we have are not even owned by the government. They are owned by private companies and private entities through very many ways. Some, it was sold to them. Others, they obtained it through backdoors. Others, they took it over after maybe a certain country was not able to repay back its loan. So it's always that in most African countries. So Burkina Faso has been embarking on a nationalizing agenda, where it has been nationalizing not just gold mines but other natural resources too.
In a landmark move that signals Burkina Faso's commitment to assert greater control over its natural resources, the Burkinabe government has successfully negotiated agreements with Lilium Mining and Endeavour Mining, ending a protracted dispute and securing the ownership of two of the country's most significant gold mines, Boungou and Wagnia. The agreements, signed on Monday, August 26, 2024, by the Minister of Economy and Finance alongside representatives from both mining companies, mark a pivotal moment in Burkina Faso's broader strategy to harness its mineral wealth for the benefit of its citizens. This development is not just about resolving a corporate conflict, but is part of a larger, more ambitious plan to ensure that the country's vast mineral resources are managed in a way that directly contributes to national development and economic sovereignty. The first part of the agreement involves 3 critical contracts between the Burkinabe state and Endeavour Mining. These include a royalty agreement, which sets the terms for the payment of royalties to the state, a significant revenue stream that will now directly bolster the national economy, a transactional agreement, which formalizes the transfer of ownership and resolves any lingering legal disputes between the state and Endeavour Mining, and a payment agreement, which details the financial terms, including the $60 million payment that the Burkinabe government has committed to make, plus additional royalties on a projected production of 400,000 ounces, bringing the total to approximately $90 million. This shift is part of a broader vision to ensure that the wealth generated from Burkina Faso's rich mineral deposits is used to improve the lives of its citizens, rather than merely filling the coffers of foreign companies. The Burkinabe state has decided to get involved in the management of its natural resources, Dr. Nakanabo stated.
Pour faire en sorte que la continuité de l'exploitation puisse être assurée. Et naturellement, cela va permettre à l'État de renforcer ses capacités en termes de gestion des ressources naturelles.
This acquisition of the Boungou and Wagnian mines will significantly enhance our capacity to manage our resources effectively. We are not only looking at these two mines.
So what has been happening before is that in most African countries where natural resources are privatized, it means that it doesn't matter how much money a country, a certain mine makes. It doesn't matter the deposits inside, doesn't matter the real value of the natural resources in it. All the money goes towards the foreign entities that all the money goes towards the foreign entities that have acquired ownership of these mines. And this is the case in many African countries. You look at the DRC, for example, it's the case in the DRC, it's the case in Central African Republic, it's the case in Kenya, it's the case in Tanzania, it's the case in Uganda, where we find that these mines are privatized, are owned by private entities, and therefore the money that is the money that is generated from the mines goes towards these foreign entities. And we saw that in the Kenyan fuel deal. There was a time Kenya got oil in Turkana, and they signed the oil deal with some oil drilling company, and I don't know, Kenya was to get 70% for the first 5 years. Then it goes down as the years go. The percentage goes down to a point that it reaches a point where Kenya was going to get less than 10%, while the company was going to get 90%. So that is how the structures of most mineral deals in Africa are, because they take advantage of the ignorance and the naivety and the fact that we do not have, in most countries, for example, you look at DRC, it doesn't have the expertise and the mechanical aspect to be able to drill their own minerals, their own cobalt and everything. If they were left to drill, then they don't even have the machinery that is required. So now they take advantage of that naivety, in that we do not want to invest in our expertise, we do not want to invest in our machinery, we do not want to invest in our industries, we do not want to invest in our knowledge base, and therefore they take advantage of that because we have the minerals, but we don't even know how to add value to them, we don't even know how to mine them, we don't even know what to do with them. So now they come in and they tell you have your minerals. How about I mine your minerals, and then for the first 5 years you're going to get 90, I get 10%. Then after that you're going to get this percentage. Then the percentage in declines over time. And so before they give you such a deal, they've already estimated and they know that the mineral deposit in a certain mine is in deplete. It can't be depleted. It is indepletable, and therefore they know 5 years is not even a risk. I mean, you can take 90% for a year, 5 years, and that hoodwinks people into thinking that the country is going to benefit. And even in those few years that the country is going to get the larger chunk of the mining, the money is still going to get lost in corruption and in other cases. So that means by the time it's 7 years, then you find that a country is no longer gaining anything from the mineral deposits, from the mines. It doesn't even have the ownership of the mines. It can't even direct anything in those mines, and that is the case. So you now find a country is very rich in minerals. A country like Central African Republic is diamond rich. A country like DRC is cobalt rich. A country like Sudan is oil rich, but it doesn't. Nigeria is oil rich, but instead of it being responsible for its own oil, you find that maybe Total Energy is the one that is drilling the oil in Nigeria. And Nigeria can't do anything about it because it doesn't have ownership of the wells. It's the case also in South Africa with the gold mine. So it's an African template, it's an African story where we do not have control of even our own resources. So our people are the ones who work at the mines, they're the ones who do the manual labor, they're the ones who die in those mines, they're the ones who are buried by soil in those mines in DRC. Our children, the ones that are getting the cancers and all those diseases that come as a result of being exposed to those toxic chemicals. And as much as our people are the ones suffering and the minerals are in our soils and in our countries and ours, we end up being at the bottom of the pyramid, and the people at the bottom of the pyramid never really benefit from anything. So as the multinational companies, the multi-million companies sell our minerals for trillions and billions of dollars, then our people get peanuts, they get chunks of what is left, because in most cases they are the manual laborers, and the money, the little that goes to the government, goes into the pockets of a few people. So, and I see countries like Burkina Faso moving forward in steps like nationalizing our resources, as well as building refineries that are going to help add value to our minerals, because it's also another thing that where we also when we have minerals that we are the ones mining, which is very rare, we are still going to export it as low value goods. Oil, we are going to export it as low value oil. Our, it cuts across everything. Our cobalt, we're going to export it as low value cobalt. We can't process it and export it as high value, which is going to, of course, help our economies, in that our currency is going to strengthen, and that is going to have a positive impact on the standards of living of the people. So instead of us looking into value adding our minerals, we never look at that, and we do not have people who think that these things are important. Also, when I see the likes of Traore doing this, building gold refineries in their countries, looking towards nationalizing natural resources, then I feel happy, because I see at least there is hope, and a hopeful future for us.
But are also planning to exploit other mining opportunities to further strengthen our financial situation and ensure that the benefits of our natural resources are felt by our people. One of the most critical aspects of this acquisition is its potential impact on job security and economic stability in Burkina Faso.
Et ce n'est qu'un début parce que l'État va encore travailler à exploiter d'autres mines.
Nakanabo reassured the workers of the Bungu and Wagnian mines that the state is committed to maintaining jobs and ensuring the continued operation of these mines. This commitment is particularly significant in a country where the mining sector is a major employer and a critical source of income for many families. The acquisition of the Bungu and
So for a country that mining and mines and extraction of mineral resources is one of the biggest employers, then that just shows you how rich of a country Burkina Faso is, and how rich the Burkinabe people should be. Because when you look at other countries, we talk about agriculture being the core of the economies, the backbone of the economies. And agriculture in Africa is never really helpful, because I know we've had this conversation thousands of times, but agriculture is never really helpful in Africa in its current, because we find that we farm and we do agriculture of things that do not help us. It would be really helpful if we would have agriculture that helps the people. We talk about agriculture in which we farm food that we can eat. But when you're always the one farming foods for export, then that is never really a good thing. So now when you talk about Burkina Faso being the main employer, the biggest source of employment in Burkina Faso being mines, then that shows you how rich of a country Burkina Faso is, and how rich it should be, and how rich the Burkinabe people should be. And for the fact that
It's
those
just
mines,
as rich as Kenya, just as rich. You got mines in Kenya. They're just sneakily inside the damn big ass national parks, Tamori, where they still in secret.
yeah. So I was just talking about the agriculture in Africa, which is the backbone in most countries.
Of course, and that's why they want to put GMOs. Shout out to Job and her show with these dangerous ass GMOs.
Because agriculture is a very, very important aspect of, because it's the one that feeds people. So we should actually be encouraging more Africans to venture into agriculture. But then we also have to look at what type of agriculture are we encouraging them to venture.
And have control of it. You shouldn't be just making food for exports, but making food to feed. But that's what the system is did to Africans, to have export foods for the Europeans to make them wealthy, not to feed you. Should be no food crisis in Africa. It's like we found out about them hives. How them hives go? I haven't talked to you in a couple of days. How them hives going?
I went to check out today. Actually, I've just gotten to the studio in Chicago. I was from where I was from where they were being made. They are made, and
okay. All right.
I already confirmed everything on the prices and everything.
All right. How much? All right. How much the price, Maury? Talk to me, man.
You want me to give you the prices on here?
That's right. We're not Joby, damn Joby ass.
Okay.
We're doing business. We're doing business, Demore, between me and you. I trust you, brother. That's why you're my man. So that's right. People need to know that we do business. Africans do business together, so we don't keep it secret. So go ahead.
All right.
So what we're looking at, Demore? What's the price?
One hive is about 5,000 Kenya shillings. The modern
one. How much is that? Okay. We want the modern one. We don't want no fucked up shit, Tamori. So
Yeah,
let's
the
see.
modern one is about 5,000 Kenya shillings. That's about
See.
$50.
How much? Okay. Oh, cool. Okay. So how much should we start with, Tamori? 5, 4, 5. How many?
Let's start with four of them. Four are okay, so that we can have
Okay.
at least two. You know, there's the possibility is you're going to have two occupied first, and then they in most cases get occupied in pairs, so we can get two occupied first, and then the other two occupied, so that by the time as soon as they are occupied, then we'll be talking about money coming in the next few months.
All right. Well, let's go and get them this weekend.
All right.
We don't want to be about it. We don't want to talk about it. We want to be about it. Tamori. We want to, we got to chase that bread, chase that money. So good looking out. Let's make sure we get Tamori a decent suit. I can't have him all stunned the fuck up.
Yeah, Jiba Jaba was also very, very interested about the project when we were talking about it, and he said you should give him an update every now and then.
Yeah, well, I send Tamori out there with some film equipment. He can film it and show you guys, because as Africans, we got to go back to learning what business is, how to make money that benefits us and our communities.
Yeah.
Got to be done. And so it's better to everybody see it. Jovi likes to have everything in secret. I'm here. And that's because her crazy ass family, Tamori. Her family was all fucked up, all weirdo. I don't talk about it. Don't say nothing. Don't say it, Tamori. No. We want other Africans to be inspired by what we do, Tamori. Show that it's able to be done, and see us accomplish it. We want to inspire other Africans.
Yeah, and actually we are going to be exporting honey to them very soon, even in the US and the UK.
That's right. We tell them, take it. Eat this goddamn good ass African honey. Put it all down your
purely organic honey. It's purely organic.
Purely organic. So when it goes in your gut, it'll fix your fucked up gut. Get in there. That's right. We are Ibram Torres around this bitch. We're going to do what we got to do.
I actually think on the day that we are going to harvest the honey, we should do the harvesting live on the network so that people can see.
That's what I'm saying. I'm going to get some film if we harvest it live so everybody can see and enjoy the experience. And that'll make them all eagerly want to buy the honey too. So exactly. Yeah. We're going to also we got TV channels. And now I think you're on TV too. Now we'll put commercials out of the honey when we come up with a name. You think of a name yet, Tamori? Probably not yet.
No, not yet. I've been concentrating on setting up the app.
I know. I got you.
The B.F.N is called the B.F.N is called the apiary.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well, that's what's up. We call it Joby's Secret Honey. You secret motherfucker, you. Come get some of Joby's Secret Honey. What's secret about it? Joby know what you know about it. That's what's secret.
Yeah. So soon, hopefully, we are going to be starting it up very, very soon.
We're gonna start this.
The rains are very, very heavy. The rains are a bit heavy.
Well, let me know if you want to start it this weekend or wait till the rain stop. It's up to you, or you don't. I don't want you to go out there and get all fucked up.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's gonna be your decision. You want to go out and do it this weekend? We'll do it, and we'll do whatever weekend you feel comfortable with.
Yeah, I'm actually comfortable even with this weekend. I'll just have to confirm the weather. If the weather is okay, then we can set them up as soon as possible.
Good. Cool.
Yeah, and we are going to have those African bees. There is an African. There is even in bees. There is the African bees. There is the European bee.
Bees, yeah, and
there's white bees.
Wallace is all interested. Let's see what he does, Keith, and then we'll see. We'll do it here at the land we got out here. We'll see how he does. He's like, I want to see. I want to keep me updated on what Tamori does, Keith. Yeah, I'm gonna keep you updated.
Yeah. So I was talking about the African bee. There is the African bee. It's called the East African lowland bee. Yeah, so that is the one
All
that
right.
it has the sweetest honey. Then there is the European bee. I don't know about that. We don't. Those are the ones that get sick. So the African bee is called
Yeah,
the Apis
that's
mellifera
the one
stellata.
that's the one that's got the honey that sucks.
Yeah.
European bee honey sucks.
It's the European bee is the desert bee. So the African
Yeah.
bee is it can't even get sick. It doesn't have diseases in it. I mean, bees get sick, but the African
Is
one
that
can never.
I know, but because it's Africa, God damn it. Exactly right. Because it's
Yeah.
African, Demore. It's
So
full
when
of
they ask,
it's full of all natural goodness.
so when they ask you what type of bees we are rearing, you can scare them with the scientific name and tell them it's the Apis mellifera scatellata. That's the name.
I can't pronounce that shit.
Tell them it's the Apis mellifera scatellata. That's the East African bee.
uh,
Yeah.
I said it's a bee that makes honey. That's what it is. Okay? Want some goddamn good honey? Yeah, okay, there you go. Get it from us. And
No,
Demore making
the
we're
scientific
making
name
good
for
honey.
bees. The
All
scientific name
right.
for bees is the Apis mellifera.
Okay, I can't pronounce that shit. Appa, it's Amapiano, nigga. It's Amapiano bee.
Yeah. So
That's all kind of South African dance moves. That shit. I don't know. Hey man, there ain't no bee. Yeah, that's the bee I know.
that's what's up. That's what we are about to start. The black hot
What's
fire
up?
honey.
Yeah,
Black
that's
hot
exciting.
Yeah. And we are hopefully hoping that we will have our first harvest before the year ends, and we can send that to the family maybe December or
Yeah,
around
send
that
it to
time.
them. Send it to them. So if you got any ailments, if your penis hurts, you stick your penis in the honey and it'll heal you.
Yeah, kid is not lying. Honey heals wounds.
All right. Yep.
Yeah.
That's right. Here's wounds. That's right. Your penis all jacked up. Put your dick in the honey. You'll be healed. There you go.
But don't get it wrong. Don't put it inside the hive. You're going
Yeah.
to die.
Oh no. Oh no. Yeah. Don't put your dick in the hive. You're gonna die. That's right. Put it inside the honey. Put it inside the honey.
In the same way, don't. In the same way,
your significant other will love you for it. Go ahead.
The same way, don't put it inside a man, or you're going to get monkeypox, which.
All right. Oh shit! Don't do that. Yeah, don't do that. Don't get the mpox.
And today the WHO formed the regional committee for Africa, which they declared it an African emergency.
Of course, Demore. Of course,
they had Germany donate 100,000 vaccines to Africa.
Yeah, vaccines, but since they were trying, why did they invest in getting good pipes? And so they said, it's from the bad water. Why don't they build good water systems? Because they don't give a shit. It's about you know what. Family, we can't say it. We're on YouTube. I'm just gonna say, hey.
Yesterday, how many people die of malaria every year in Africa? How come nobody talks about malaria? Nobody talks about typhoid. Nobody talks about cholera. Those diseases kill Africans every year because
Exactly. Because that's not what they pushing. And malaria, family, you never died of malaria before the white man. Okay, you didn't ever have cholera because you didn't have bad water systems. And for the white man, you had clean rivers and lakes and all that. So you never had no cholera in Africa. It didn't exist. But malaria, you had plants, like certain plants that would kill malaria. The African knew that. Certain plants you just take that were bitter, and you would take those plants, put it in a tea, or just put it underneath your tooth and your gums and chew on it, and it would cure malaria. So it was never a problem in Africa with Africans having malaria. It wasn't a mass die-off, because Africans knew there were certain ways, natural ways to take care of that. Now, so everybody's dying of malaria and cholera and typhoid.
You look at malaria, for example, it being an example. Last year, there was an estimated 230, that is in 2022, there was an estimated 236 million malaria cases in Africa.
God
It
damn.
was never declared an emergency by anybody.
I know.
I never
And you
saw
got
anyone
10 people with monkeys with mpox now. There's an emergency. Oh, it's in the world. We gotta clamp down. What about what the Morgan said? It was 240 million people with malaria.
Yep, in Africa, 236 million people in Africa had malaria in 2022, but that, according to the WHO, is normal. But let for homosexuals in Congo.
See that the more he's losing logic again, he's reasoning. So he's reasoning though, hey, this is some bullshit. Exactly. It's bullshit. Because how you not gonna do about malaria, but you want to talk about some mpox with 20 people. Get out of here with that shit. There's always in Africa, everything's always breaking out. And Africa never had no diseases. Always Africa. Oh, it's always a scary Africa. Because they're trying to make African people like these dirty savages. Again, there's disease-ridden Africa. Africa never had no diseases.
Germany was ready with 100,000 doses of vaccines. They've already been sent to DRC.
Of course.
So,
if this is new, how they have all them doses already ready to go? Tomorrow.
Yep.
No. Is any African science is going to break it down and go into it and look what's in the shit? No. We're going to be children again. Just take some shit without opening it up and examine what's in this shit. Yep. Is that what you do as an adult? Okay, thank you for your donations. Let me investigate what's in this shit. And you go and watch what, if you ever do it, it's not gonna be what you think is in it. I'm telling you that now.
But now the problem is they're never going to do it.
No, yep. Because the Africans are supposed to, you know what? You're supposed to be stupid and be unalive. That's the whole thing. That's what it does. It's not the disease they talking about. It's their fake cures that do you know what to you, to the Africans. I'll just leave it at that. You know, it's the, if you do any research more, you'll see that the polio thing caused the you know what. You say this caused that. Every time they bring one of their BABs to you, it always is the you know what of it. You're like, man. So you're supposed to be figure that. But the Kenyan scientists have down to the Kenyan doctors already said it. If I went to root to say, hey, we can't trust the WHO. They've done wicked shit. Yeah. The scientists in Kenya have already told that, but they've already told to shut up. They've already said that. So, you know, Kenyans probably know that their own scientists came out and said, we can't trust no WHO. We can't take nothing from them again. Because everything we've investigated showed it was always to do harm to us.
Yep, and because our doctors are very smart, our doctors are very smart. You know, you always say the Nigerian doctors are among the best doctors in the world. So that means some of them might be knowing what is happening. And
but they got the system exactly
about it. Yeah,
they almost lose their jobs, they almost lose their positions. Exactly, the system is like when Magufuli, being a scientist, came out with the you know what? He said, "Hey, this is a lie. This is phony." He said, "Hey, nigga, what you doing? Shut your mouth. Shut up." So remember, you guys remember you had Uhuru going against them, going crazy. You had dumbass Museveni, you had stupid ass Kagame. All were going against John Magufuli, who was correct. Mm-hmm. Who had his scientists check and say, "Hey, this is this." So he, loving his people, said, "Hey, don't you put on no mask. Don't you do none of this shit. You go back and, you know, they might not be smart enough to understand the science." He said, just go back and live your day-to-day lives. Don't be afraid. Just do that. And he told me, hey, pray to the God you believe in for protection. If you believe in Allah, pray to him. If you believe in Jesus, pray to him. That's it. Pray whatever God you believe in. But we're not going to do none of these measures. Because he knew, like he said, this is not, This is an agenda. Called the Bootlicks came at them. Then they tried to tell you, Damari, he died in Kenya in the hospital with COVID. He had COVID because he went against the WHO. That's what killed him. You're like, what? After they killed his ass, Damari, they told you he died of COVID.
Yes, that's what we were told, that he died of COVID.
Yeah. That's right.
The president died of COVID.
That's right.
The man who is the most protected and has doctors on standby every minute.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what they told. They told you because that was the narrative they were saying. Yeah, that's what they were saying because they wanted you to believe. See, he didn't listen. He went against the director of COVID, and that's what happened to him because they were trying to put a fake narrative that he died of that shit. They know he was murdered. They killed his ass. So, but they the add insult to injury. They told the world. See, he wouldn't follow directions. He didn't believe in the code, and it killed them. Like what? You don't get out here with that shit. What? That's the case. Just like the Maury said, logic. He's the president. He's been protected. Why ain't all the people in Tanzania was running around and dying and shit? Who's not protected? Who are poor?
How come the people in the streets, in the slums, and never
exactly? How about that, Demore?
Man, come on. The ones who wrote the script, I don't.
But you know how to reason. But they think most Africans are a reason. That's why they put out that narrative. Exactly. Why are all these people dying in the slums and shit? How's the president dying from the shit? Oh, crazy.
And now they're reporting that there were about 4,000 new cases in the past 1 week.
Of course.
Majority of them being from the DRC. So the DRC is going to be flooded with vaccines.
Yeah. And now they would be stupid because if you guys remember, when they first, I don't know if they got that on YouTube no more. I'm sure check it down and everything. And shout out to you, Zuckerberg. You're getting scared, Zuck. He wrote a letter talking about he lied about the COVID and all that other shit. Because he's scared now you guys are about to get locked up because a lot of people have woken up and they finally know what I said was true. Okay? So Mark Zuckerberg sent a letter apologizing. No. I was forced to do the COVID thing and forced to, admit that you stole the election. I know Trump ran that election in 2020. So the idea, I told you, morons, you think the CIA's went around Africa and other countries, overthrowing countries, but they're not doing it here in America? You're some kind of a fool then. You're some kind of a moron. If you think that they're not rigging elections here, but they're rigging elections in Kenya and Ghana, Nigeria, fucking Syria and other places, but they're not doing it in America, you're some kind of a fool. So Zuckerberg admitted that too. I was so damn. I was for it. No, you're scared. Because I told you, this white man is waking up. He's all right when you try to kill the niggas. When you try to kill a white man, hey, something's fucking fishy going on around here. It's all right you kill a bunch of niggas, they don't know what the fuck is going on. You start killing the white man too, he's like, hey, what the fuck is happening around here? I ain't supposed to die like these niggas. Shit, what happened?
Yeah, that's when they wake up.
All right. So they've been checking shit. Saying, hey, this is a death camp. This is a conspiracy. Yeah, it's African people. We're supposed to already know that. Hey, to tell you, the African people, we're supposed to already know that there's been an edict to try to wipe us out since slavery. We're supposed to know that. Anybody, white man come and give you something, you say, okay. He said, hell no. He said, and walk away from that shit. Shout out to the dumb South Africans who didn't still get that memo when they gave them AIDS. Them motherfuckers was lining up in South Africa and getting injected with AIDS. God damn. You don't know this? Same thing that put you in part-time, hurt you, and found out today, Demore, that a few Africans got fed to pigs. Told me they want to look it up. Because a South African man was probably fed to one of them bastards. So the other Africans on TikTok told me, Chef, you can look that up the more, see if you can find it. I don't think it's going to be on YouTube. It's not going to be on Google. And the South Africans are crying. We say, well, there's the Africans talking about what's happening. You told us to shut up and mind our business. You told us don't worry about you Africans in South Africa. So everybody on TikTok can tell you to shut the fuck up. That's your shit. But they fed them the pigs, yeah, so what? Ain't got nothing to do with us. No, they killed these 2 South Africans, Demore, and they fed their ass to the pigs. God damn. They all online crying. Is anybody talking about this? And black people like, hey, don't cry to the white people you said you love. Cry to them. I'm like, hell yeah. You told Africans to mind our business. We mind our business. They ain't in our business.
I saw that story.
Yeah. Hell, they told us, Demore, they told us to mind our business. So hell, when you getting eaten by pigs, that's none of our business. That's what you told us. You told us, you said you other Africans mind your business. They're a South African business. That's what they told all the other Africans. Nigeria, Kenyans, Black Americans told us to shut up and don't worry about what happens in South Africa. Okay. And you can't come on here crying about why we ain't talking about you get eaten by pigs. We told you shut up. So we ain't got to do with that.
So as we come to the end of the show today, Juby is coming up in the next few minutes, in the next 20 minutes. Today I saw her prepare, so she has a very, very interesting show. Make sure you join her. I'll be here tomorrow.
Good. We're good. We got the hives going on, Joby. Damn you and your secrecy.
Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow on the updates. I hope you enjoyed the rest of your day. Much love, family.
He's supposed to be all fucked up because Joby's family fucked up tomorrow. Hell no. We're going to talk about the hives. Damn right. And if you keep fucking with us, we're going to give you hives, monkeypox hives.